Welcome to the Laughs in the Dark podcast. Spooky you.
Welcome back to Laughs in the Dark. We have a continuing story.
Continuation
of what we have dubbed Stupid Guy.
Stupid fucking idiot guy.
We will be continuing, going strong into part 6 out of 7 parts. So we can get straight into it.
Just go.
Yeah? Fuck, I guess we should say what happened last time. I mean, basically all we got was Matt's confessions of some shit that happened that he don't remember because stuff and things, and he was traumatized, but he has receipts and form of recordings, and as usual, Daddy don't give a fuck about nothing. Stop talking to me.
Basically the same as where we were before. If you want to catch up, feel free to check out our previous
videos, because
videos.
It's a wild ride.
Our last few videos.
It's been a rough week. I haven't been able to reply to comments. You'll understand why after reading. But I still need to write this. Get it out. I don't think you know what a support you all have been. After my last update, I did something I haven't done since Mom left. I broke down. I called Mom up and told her everything that's been going on and how it's been affecting me. I told her I couldn't take it anymore. I have a regular life I should be leading. I have a job and friends, but I'm trapped in this maze of lies and secrets. Yes, I can get very dramatic.
No. You are not being dramatic at all. You're telling her exactly what the fuck happened and what the fuck is going on.
He sounds like me.
Sounds like you depicted it accurately.
It's like whenever you guys tell me, it's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just being a baby. And you guys are like, that's traumatic.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yeah, I feel him. She said she would book a flight immediately. Then we'd get with my dad and talk things over, all three of us. She said, you're not coming here.
No, absolutely not.
I'll come to you.
You're never coming here. I don't need your energy in my space.
Don't be getting no ideas.
Right.
I told her she didn't have to do that. I know she's busy. Plus, she and Dad still hate each other. She told me she still loves Dad and always has. But they just had too many differences. He couldn't accept her for who she was. But she always thought it was their destiny to be together. Her happiness in life was the hope that we'd all be a family, like we should be.
Mm-hmm.
So is he unaccepting of her wanting to be a family? Is he... or is that what she's saying now? Because if that's what she's saying now, she has not been giving that.
I think it sounds like they maybe couldn't decide on, like, a lifestyle, you know?
Yeah.
Because she clearly didn't want to stay in this small-ass town.
True.
And he clearly loves his small-ass town. Right? So it could have been something of, oh, I want to go, live in the city, or I want to go live here, or I want to go, do this. And he's like, I'd rather just sit at home and drink.
Yeah, because his one sentence says, plus she and Dad still hate each other. She told me she still loves Dad and always has.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. But it's like either I stay here and I love you, or I leave and I go live my life the way I want to live it type deal.
Right. Yeah. Well, and if it was her dream for them to all be a happy family, you think she'd be a little more involved with her son.
Now, look.
Yeah, I think she's bullshitting a little bit.
A lot of it.
Right. I think she's trying to give, like, martyr or something like, I always wanted to have a great family with all of us, but your dad just wanted to sit around and drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's giving.
Yeah.
And they're a family of bullshitters.
All of them.
So
who knows what the truth is?
Right. I mean, they could have fucking broken up over a chocolate sundae at this point. I don't know. I don't know if she was just saying this to make me feel better. It did make me feel better. It also felt weird hearing Mom talk like this. She was never the most emotional person. I thought that's why she was a good fit for Dad, because you have to be thick-skinned to be around him. She said she'd see me soon to put an end to this, and she said, I hope your dad makes the right choice. I wondered what she was referring to, but she was gone before I could ask. Can you imagine that? You're on your phone with mom.
Damn.
I hope he makes the right choice. Click.
Right. What the fuck?
Hell no, I call her right back.
Right.
You're not
Excuse
gonna-
me. What did you mean by that?
You're not going to end the call
Can you
there.
elaborate? What do you... What?
But you know him. He's like, huh, well, I guess.
Ain't no I guess, nigga. Nah.
I called up Dad right away to let him know because her flight couldn't take longer than 4 to 5 hours. She'd be arriving in time for dinner. Damn, is she going to the airport to buy the ticket?
Immediately.
You know you have to arrive at an airport 2 hours prior to the time it's supposed to depart, right?
Yeah.
She ain't gonna be there in time for dinner.
She might.
Clearly.
She's headed straight to the airport right now. Put me on your soonest flight to wherever the fuck they are, and
I thought she'd
let's
give it
go.
a day.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
Let's go immediately.
All right.
This problem is ruining my son's life. I gotta go fix it.
Now she cares. Sure. As I expected, this was not welcome news to him, but not for the reasons I expected. Turns out he was getting reacquainted with Betty Coffin. I said that seems like a strange coincidence, but not at all. Telling the story reminded him of her. Curve, son, is how he described her. She'd sent him a message a while back telling him that she'd gotten back into town. He'd just been too busy to write her back, and then he forgot. So happened they made dinner plans that evening. He'd be going to her place. Dad hadn't really bothered much with relationships after he and Mom divorced. He'd tried. Every so often he'd meet a woman he really liked and seemed to like him, well enough to introduce her to me. Something would always happen that scared him away. He used to joke that he was cursed.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably internalized that.
I think he's cursed.
I think he's a dick. I think he probably internalized that it was pretty much never his fault, though. Sonia accused him of calling her in the middle of the night and telling her weird things.
Mm-hmm.
I overheard the fight. I remember one of the things was, "You'd be so much better without bones." And he'd keep calling her jellyfish. I know Dad wouldn't do that. He would never think of
You don't know
something.
a fuck thing about your dad, actually.
His dad would never do that. Not his dad.
Mm.
His dad is an open book.
Mm-hmm.
He'd never not tell him anything.
Mm-hmm.
Never be any kind of weird way at all.
Yeah.
No connections are being made. Not at all. There's a person calling everybody saying weird shit, but nobody's saying it might be that same person.
Right.
Yeah, I was calling you saying some weird shit. Oh,
Yeah, you were calling me jellyfish and telling me I'd be better without bones.
Right, but you don't think like similar things in the past that have happened, like, I don't know, people pretending to be Timmy or people pretending to be this and that. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then also, I can't wait to find out if OP makes that connection with his mom calling him, saying weird shit. It's mom, quote.
Mm-hmm.
His dad being weird.
Mm-hmm.
And now his dad's being called with this. They keep talking about somebody talking to them.
And then he was getting the weird phone calls, and then his dad popped up.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see if there's any connection to this or if he's just going to be like, Dad would never say that. I don't know why she was saying that.
Mm-hmm. Nah.
I don't know. It sounds like she was
Always-
full of shit.
Always the benefit of the doubt.
Right. I don't know. It sounds like Sonya was fucking nuts.
Right.
I know Dad wouldn't do that. He would never think of something so surreal in a million years. But she believed it was him. Andrea said she started to notice things in her house would move while she was asleep, and it only started when she started seeing him. Her CD collection in particular. She also said one night she woke up because she heard Dad get up and go to the kitchen. She looked out into the kitchen and saw him staring into the fridge. She started drifting back to sleep again when she heard more noise. The fridge door was still open, but she couldn't see him anymore. This got her mad, so she shouted for him to keep it down and close the fridge door. That's when Dad said, "What the hell's going on?" He was still lying in bed right beside her.
Oh.
She wouldn't have anything to do with him after that.
Hell nah. Hell motherfucking nah. The way I'm telling you to get the fuck up out of my house, I don't care what time it is. It's 3 a.m. Go and pack your shit and get the fuck on, nigga. What the fuck?
You need to leave.
He's definitely cursed somehow.
Well, I'm thinking we have shapeshifter energy coming in here.
That's what I'm feeling
It's
like.
giving cursed burn body. But I don't know. I would think that maybe I have a ghost. Some shit's going on. I wouldn't.
And I suddenly
assume
have a
it's him.
ghost. And I doubt that she moved immediately at the time in which she met him. So I suddenly have a ghost when I've never had a ghost before. And I'm dating this new man and suddenly there's a ghost.
Yeah, I just don't think that I would automatically assume it was him. I'd be like, oh.
I would.
I know.
I would.
I know.
What else has... She's not giving you anything else that's changed in her life recently that would cause paranormal behavior to just randomly start?
I guess. I don't know. I'd investigate. I'd be so quick in that kitchen.
I know.
I'd be like, hold up.
And I'd be so quick to turn out every motherfucking light in the house and tell him to get the fuck on back where the fuck he came from.
Pack your shit.
Pack your shit. Hit the road, Jack. And you bet not come back no more.
Parker was my favorite of all Dad's girlfriends. She was a tomboy type. She loved camping and she traveled a lot, so I'd hear about all the different countries from her. She also talked about strange things happening while with Dad, like hearing him talk to her when he wasn't in the house. But she didn't let it get to her. They were together for a while. One night, she had an accident while driving out into a remote stretch that leads to a dinky copper mining town nearby. She died a day later in the hospital from complications.
She passed away? Oh.
Baby, if that's not a curse, I don't
That's
know
a
what
curse.
is.
That's a curse.
If that's a curse, I don't know what curse
he needs
even
to
is.
stop talking to people.
He needs to stop talking. He needs to kill himself. Really. Everybody would be better off. Please leave.
He would be dead.
Please leave. You're inflicting pain on these poor, unsuspecting women. You're traumatizing your kid constantly.
Yeah, he just he's. I think that's what the ghost wants, is for him to not have any
Please
joy.
go sacrifice yourself.
Why you just get drunk all day? Did it ever say in the story that he gets drunk all day, or did we just kind of take it there?
I think we took it there, but we took it there based off of the context clues. So we took it there because of the mom talking about him drinking gin and then getting real emotional. And then the guy also said, my dad never turns down a drink. He's famous for his bar fights. Like, it gives... Everything about this man lends itself to alcoholic. So
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I knew we were on the right track with this. I wasn't questioning that. But the only part I had remembered was like that, oh, when he drinks gin, which is on a rare occasion, blah, blah, blah.
But then also when he said that he was talking to his dad before, I want to say in part 3 or part 4, and he was talking about when they were in the woods and he had to go get the kids from the woods because they were being chased and screaming or whatever. Mm-hmm. He said after that he was drinking with his dad at the time and Dad had to put down the drink and Dad can always drink.
She died a day later in the hospital from complications. It didn't seem important at the time, but now I remember Dad wondering why she'd been driving out that way anyways. And her sister yelling at Dad that he told Parker to meet him out there. He's not connecting any dots here as to why somebody pretending to be him is calling his girlfriends continuously. Mm-hmm. What happened with Andrea? Things started to move in her house and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the night where he got up and was at the fridge. And then the other girl said that she got a call from him about, and he was saying weird shit about her not having bones.
Yeah.
And calling her jellyfish. That is fucked up.
Yeah, what do you say? You'd be so much better without bones.
I kept calling her jellyfish.
Not even. I want to know what he quantifies as better. There were other incidents. I probably don't know about them all, but this one, back when I got Dad set up on ICQ, like 2000 or so, he started talking to this chick. He said she hit him up. He was a 2-finger typer, so imagine it took a while to bang out those messages. After he got interested enough to ask for pictures, she sent him a zip file full of them. All pictures of himself with a black silhouette, MS painted into the shot. I traced the account as best I could, and it got me to an address, the general store out in the national park. He just wanted to drop it, and we did. I hate it.
I'm sorry. Who sent him these pictures?
Some bitch on the internet.
Just some random bitch?
That he was talking to. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you fine?" And she was like, "Yeah, here's the zip file of my pictures."
That
Bitch, it's you.
weird as fuck.
But I like the ending sentence. Traced back to the general store out in the national park. He just wanted to drop it, and we did. I'm so sick of these beginnings of stories, and
And then
you
we
get to the
just
meat
drop
of it. You get to the meat of it. I don't want to talk about this. Then don't fucking bring it up.
Literally.
He would piss me off. I would leave if I was his wife too, because he's the type to just start a sentence and just be like, never mind. I have a
Right.
big secret to tell you. So I was in the park. Never mind.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I'd hit him.
I would too. I'd be so fucking
That
mad.
might be why he gets attacked in the bar so much.
Probably. Bitches are mad.
Anyway, with so much bad luck and love, I guess I was happy for him. He shouldn't be alone forever. It was just awful timing. I wondered if he was even putting her in danger by dating her.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He
I like
absolutely
how Francis acknowledged that he probably is cursed, and he's like, yeah, fuck it. Like, what? But I couldn't tell him that. I told him I'd deal with Mom and he could have his date. Not that he could.
Right. I don't think he was ever not gonna go on his date.
Yeah, he wasn't asking you permission.
He wasn't.
He said, I'm not gonna be here.
Right.
All right, I guess I'll handle her for you. No. And also, you called her. This is your problem.
The whole reason she's coming is because of you.
Right. Sounds like that's
Hang
your
out with your mama.
Right. In fact, I'm glad I had these plans. Fuck you. Now you guys were gonna ambush me.
And then he should be so excited for his mama to come into town. Who knows when the last time he's seen her is?
She ain't gonna,
He's gonna
spend
get
time with him. I'm calling this. She's gonna get there, see his ass, and be like, "Where's your dad?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, he has a date, but I'm here." And she's gonna be like, "Nah, we dealing with this. I'm getting his ass in here." I'm just saying, given the story and what has happened so far, I don't think she wants to
She's
spend
not
time
itching to
with him.
spend time with her.
Yeah. No, if he's like, "Oh, I got my hopes up. Finally, she's gonna be in my presence." She's like, okay, miss me.
Please.
You're very clingy.
God, I don't know why he's so fucking clingy all the
Jesus,
time.
like, give him 20 minutes every month. Every single fucking month.
I don't understand what more he can want from me.
While I waited around for Mom to call and let me know she'd arrived, I decided to search my house for holes, bedding and such. I don't think that's paranoia at this point. But there were no holes under the bed, no nests in the closet, the plumbing seemed secure, the vents blew air smoothly. Then I noticed the fridge didn't look stripped. I actually thought I was being ridiculous, so I tried to distract myself. I ended up pulling it out anyway. I never believed anything would be there, but there it was, a little hole, size enough for a little boy to squeeze into. I got a flashlight and my machete. I was so sure that someone's hand would grab me the moment I put my head in. No one was there, though. The space was only wide enough for a very slim man to stand very stiff, and I didn't see any holes in the wall where he could look into the next room, my bedroom. He would have just been standing there staring into the darkness behind my fridge. What would be the point? I kept wondering. Then I saw the doll. It was made of twigs and had my face on it. Just looking made me feel uncomfortable. I refused to touch it. No, I picked that shit up so quick.
No, I'm not touching this shit.
That's my doll now.
I'm not touching this
Because
shit.
to me, it's a voodoo doll that you've been fucking with, so it's my doll. It's in safekeeping now. Fuck you.
I'm not touching that shit.
I'm taking it. That's mine now. You can come claw it out of my fucking fingers, bitch.
No. You can get it from the police evidence locker.
I feel like that would kind of force their hand to confront me, because confront me. Let's go. Let's go. I got your doll.
Not you're antagonizing it.
Never antagonized anything a day in my life.
No, not you.
I refused to touch it. Call me superstitious, but it felt unnatural. I'd only made that discovery when I saw another doll behind it, bigger and seeming to watch the smaller doll. Its face was a picture of someone who just looked evil. I don't know what evil should really look like. I just know this face made me feel like evil was there. I've learned my lesson. I immediately called the police and requested Detective Kirby.
Thank you.
When he got on the line, before I had a chance to speak, he asked me if I was okay and if I was alone. I answered yes to both questions. Quote, as far as I know. But I wanted to know why. He said he'd been about to call me. He said they'd just gotten word from the police department in my mom's town. He hesitated. I figured they'd found someone broke into her house or a creepy letter. But what he had to say was a lot worse than that. They found what they believed to be her body deep in a wooded area. It was so remote, it was pure chance a camper found her. I assured him that whoever they found was not my mother. I had just spoken to her. She was on her way. The line went silent. I insisted that I be allowed to make an identification so they could drop this nonsense. Kirby said the body was past identifying. She'd been dead for over a year.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god! What? Dental records confirmed it was her. The only identifiable thing was her Ramones t-shirt? Why the fuck would she have a Ramones t-shirt?
Mm.
And why is that a recognizable feature on her?
I guess that's all she had? Or that was the only recognizable thing he said?
Yeah, so basically I think whoever did whatever then put the Ramones t-shirt on her after she was fucking burnt up or whatever. Didn't he say she was burnt up?
You remember who else had a Ramones t-shirt?
Also I'm saying. And guess who else was burnt up? Because didn't he say she was burnt up? Or did he just say she, she was broken down? I hung up on him.
No, for real. Nah, I kind of feel that energy, though. I kind of feel that energy. What the fuck? I don't want to hear that.
Child. Anyway, so.
I don't.
You know what that gives? You know that Peppa Pig?
Good. I mean, that's sad if you can't whistle. But good, because I can't whistle. What's whistling anyway? You put your lips together and blow. Like this.
Click.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I had no idea how to process this information. If someone tells you the sky is brown and salt is sweet, do you accept it immediately? I had been speaking to my mom every 2 weeks for the last several years and never noticed a change in her behavior or personality until the last few days. If she was dead, who was I speaking to all this time? It had to be her. I know my own mother's voice, her mannerisms. She knew everything my mom should know. So I started to wonder about this Detective Kirby character. The conclusions are always, you're right there, and then to the left field.
To the left.
Oh my god. It's like if you were putting in golf and just, and then you did a full swing. Started wondering about this Detective Kirby character. Maybe he wasn't on the level. He seemed to have a strange hold over my dad calling him Francis like that. So, I called up the police department in Mom's town. When I identified myself, I was immediately transferred to a detective. He told me the trace on the phone had come back. All the calls from that phone were coming from my own town. Moreover, the phone is even registered to a local address. That is hilarious.
What?
He called up to, like, assuage his own things, like, she's fine, right? And they were like, oh, who are you? Oh, you're going to the detective.
Immediately.
Like, you should hang up there.
Straight to the detective, yeah.
That confirms it all.
Yeah.
I felt an emptiness inside. I still feel it. It's only gotten worse. I didn't even have to ask about Detective Kirby anymore. I asked anyway, and it was confirmed. But I already knew. It couldn't have been my mother I've been talking to. She was dead. I needed to let Dad know right away. I tried calling him. He went straight to voicemail.
Yeah, he is busy.
He is in voodoo right now, probably.
He is.
Like, he is being held up by a creep in the basement.
He is torturing whatever woman he's on a date with is what's probably happening.
It could be. But it seems like in horror movies, usually this is the crescendo, like where you're going to ask them, or like, oh my god, I gotta get a hold of so-and-so. And oh no, they just happen to at this moment be trapped in the thing's clutches.
Yeah.
I hoped this meant he was already with Betty and was safe. I decided to look up Betty Coffin so I could tell her, or so I could call her and reach him that way. I found her number with an online phone lookup. It was a landline. I called it just in case. Maybe someone in her household knew her cell. A young-sounding woman answered the phone. She sounded a little overexcited to get a call, and she'd been waiting. I introduced myself and explained that I really need to get through to Betty, and it was an emergency. Is this some kind of joke? She asked. I almost lost my temper, but she explained first. My mother's been missing for a week, sir. She was waiting on that call from the detective. Oof. I called Detective Kirby back. I told him he had to get Dad's right away because he was in trouble. In as succinct a manner as possible, I told him what I knew. I was hyperventilating. I don't know how he understood half of it. I'm so glad he listened and believed me, though. I couldn't stand just waiting at home. I got in my car and rushed to Dad's. The lights were on when I arrived. That was a good sign, I thought. The front door was unlocked. When I walked in, I heard music. Oh, that's a bad sign.
Not good.
This is a music-themed killer, my guy.
Right.
I recognized the song, actually. It was Bobby Darin's Dream Lover. I'd never heard Dad listen to anything but country. See, we have him pinned.
We do.
But maybe he was trying to impress the girl. Maybe she came to his place instead. I called out for him, but he didn't answer. Dad's always had such amazing hearing. Even at his age, he could hear way better than me. And he was a great dad. I haven't always made him sound so great, but he's my hero, you know? This is not sounding good.
No.
Okay.
This is sounding very bad. I'm stressed.
Yeah. I knew something was wrong when he didn't answer. I searched everywhere downstairs. The damn song kept playing on a loop. It wasn't even coming from Dad's stereo. I went upstairs next. The song started over just as I got on the top. When I got to Dad's bedroom, I saw there was music coming. I saw where the music was coming from. A record player was on his bed. I stared at it, not really comprehending why I was so afraid to go near it. I wasn't thinking straight. It took me too long to realize it, but the song couldn't be on a loop. Someone had to be hand looping it. I backed into a corner involuntarily. I felt control of my bladder near slipping. I even screamed when I heard something downstairs, but I heard them say, "Police!" and almost cried with relief. The whole time, he was watching me. All I saw was an eye at first, looking at me through a hole in Dad's box spring. I started to panic again. The officers, one was Detective Kirby, drew their guns. I pointed to the box spring as a hand reached out and set the needle back to the beginning of the song. They demanded the man get out. He started to make awful sounds. I'd never heard anything like it. Inhuman screams, and one intelligible thing in all the screams. "Sleep in me!" Cold chills swept over me, like only once before. They finally dug him out. It was the man I'd seen at the building site, the weirdo that shouted at me, the same one that gave me chills before. He was wearing a dress and a wig, with some smeared makeup and a bloodied nose, but it was the same man. I could barely stand to look at the creature, but he wouldn't stop staring at me. I asked where Dad was, and he said in my mother's voice, "Giving birth to you was the happiest day of my life." I felt nauseous.
Oh my God.
Ugh. Then, in a perfectly normal voice, in the most reasonable and yet most sinister tone I'll ever hear, he said, "He made me so lonely. But you don't know, and I'll never say another word as long as I live." They took him away, so fast it felt like a dream. Detective Kirby took me with him. I was left to go home and rest. Rest only came when I passed out, and while I slept, they found Dad. The address my mom's cell phone was registered to was the same house where Dad found the photos. Betty must have called him out there. He'd been stabbed in the neck several times. He's the toughest guy ever, so he was still alive when police found him, but it was too much, and he didn't make it. That's really all I can say now. This was almost impossible to write. I think I must still be in shock to have written it at all. There's a little more I need to say, but it's going to have to wait a few days. That's the end of part 6.
Bro, what the fuck? Everybody dead?
Everybody.
Has he laid eyes on Uncle Matt?
True. He needs to go check on Uncle Matt.
Okay, because Uncle Matt's all he got left. Fuck.
Dude, Uncle Matt's gonna be fucked up too.
Oh, absolutely.
Bruh, he's already feeling guilty about Flora.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, what?
Yeah. He needs to go down to the police station and see if he recognized that man.
He needs to talk to Kirby and have a little sidebar about him and his daddy's conversation. At this point.
Yeah.
The fact that you haven't done that is
It's really crazy.
Right.
It's really crazy, especially now. Hopefully he's done that now that dad's dead. Because what do you have to lose?
Because who else are you going to get answers from?
Nobody.
They're being dressed up. And speaking in his mom's voice, like the amount of studying you have to do. And I mean, to be fair, he did say that they, like, people just listen to each other's calls and it's just rude.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild to me.
Right.
To me, that feels like somebody's living in your walls type of privacy breach.
That's crazy.
Like, just, can you get off the line, please? You're being very rude. No, that is beyond
That's
rude.
crazy as fuck.
And so, this guy was just
My mom used to
listening.
do that when I was a kid.
Listening on your calls?
Mm-hmm. Or she'd pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, Rodney, get off the phone."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is unsettling.
Not unsettling.
I would be just a mess. I'd be like, oh my God, there was somebody. I remember I was talking to somebody, either a friend or family, whatever. And we were just chatting, whatever. I was talking to him. And then all of a sudden I heard this dude's voice. And he just sounded like he was talking to his buddies or something. And so I just stopped mid-sentence. And I was like, I'm not even going to say hello. What the fuck? And so then the other person on the line hung up, like the person I had been talking to. And then, so they called back and said that I hung up. And I was like, no. And then I explained what had happened. And they were like, oh, probably just the wires got crossed or whatever. Mind you, this is on a cell phone. What are you talking about? The wires got crossed.
No frequencies, just
the way that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't stay on that call long. Like, don't, in fact, lose my number. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I don't like that.
Why was his nose bloody?
Because Daddy punched him in the nose, of course.
That was all he got, was a punch in the nose?
Probably.
You got stabbed how many times?
It just said multiple.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, the guy probably got him one good time, and then he jucked him. And then, he probably just kept going. But yeah, yeah, I think Daddy decked him.
I can't wait to see what's left to be said.
No, not that you're not gonna speak a word again, bitch.
Right? Nah. Open that mouth.
Nah,
we got a whole lot to talk about.
You wanted to talk to me this whole time, telling me you like to watch me sleep. You pretending to be my mama, having a whole thing.
Yep.
Nah, I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah, we gonna have some conversation.
Right. I at least want to know why you're so lonely. I would butter him up too.
I want to know what the fuck my dad did to you that you got to do all this.
That's what I'm saying, because he said he made me lonely.
Right.
That's what I would ask him. I'd be like, what do you do to you?
Right.
I'd butter him up so quick. I'd be like, oh my God, you poor guy. Oh my God. Oh, it must be so hard to be.
It must be so hard.
Wow, just tell me all about it.
Tell me all about it, and I can help support you through it.
Well, I can't wait to find it. He better grill him. I'm sick of his pussyfooting around.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
That's the end of part 6. We do part 7 next time, and then we can be done with the stupid guy and what was his stupid family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a stupid family anymore because
they're
Uncle Matt's still here, but he's not part of the stupid part of the family.
He's not.
He didn't get that gene mutation.
He didn't. Thank God.
Yeah. Hopefully he can learn not to be stupid. And then, like I said, it's coming full circle. He might learn to be smart at the end of it and have some common sense. That's what I said.
My fingers are crossed.
Now,
that is the resolution here.
Now, I know that I said, hopefully the family will learn to have common sense, happy ending, blah, blah, blah. I feel like this gives, you know how in Rick and Morty, you have the Meeseeks?
The job can't be done. We'll never get 2 strokes off his game. No, we won't. But we will get all strokes off his game when we kill him.
We'll get all strokes off of his game. That's
exactly.
Like, literally, he's too stupid.
It's impossible to convert him and his family, so we'll just get rid of him. Comment down below and tell us, what would you do if there was a man in front of you with a dress and a wig and smudge makeup on who perfectly replicated your own mom's voice? How would that make you feel? What would you do? What would be your reaction? I'd probably start sobbing. You know that's my go-to.
Yeah, that's true. I typically freeze, so I'd probably just stare at him and just be like, maybe a bitch what in there, like maybe that, but probably nothing. Probably
and
nothing.
Sleep in me? Oh.
Yeah. I'd probably call the cops up there. I'll be like, I'd just be staring at him like deadpan. I'd be like, he's up here.
Yeah. Up here, please. Can you please quickly?
Right, searching for weapons for sure. Be like, what you got going on?
I ain't searching for shit. I'm staying as far away as possible.
That's true. Backing yourself into a corner is crazy, though.
Well, he said it was involuntary.
Yeah, he did say that, but you correct it quickly.
Yeah.
Correct it quickly. Get in the doorway. Stay tuned for part 7
Part 7 coming up next.
with bated breath. All right. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.